Hello everybody, Scrublord here, and we're going to make a cleanup video. We just killed the cursed rotwood tree, or whatever it's called, and there are a few things we want to do back in Lothric and one in the Undead Settlement, and I'll go through those. The first thing I'm going to do is show you where Yoel of Londor shows up. That was the pilgrim that we kind of, I don't know if we saved him, but we made friends with him. And he is going to reappear in the Dark Firelink. I guess I didn't need to go that way. I could have just come down one of the hallways. And what this guy does is he will give you 5 free levels in exchange for being cursed. But the curse doesn't really harm you in any way. It raises your hollow stat. And it's important for not the most difficult, doesn't change the difficulty of the game, but maybe the most involved ending, the ending that takes the most steps to get to. So if you're interested in achievement, go ahead and draw out True Strength to get that underway. She's going to give you some free levels. And I think at this point I want to start doing some Vitality. And you can purchase some spells from him. And if you talk to him, he will give you a gesture, I believe. Yeah. And then what you're going to want to do is I think you have to die twice. So every 2 times that you die, and I'm not going to count this for my death counter. I don't think that's fair. But every 2 times that you die, you'll be able to draw out True Strength again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run out here. I'm going to run right off this cliff. And just going to keep doing this until you exhaust his dialogue, or until he quits giving you free levels. And then he dies, and someone will show up near him who is also important to that particular ending. Okay, so I'm just going to go. You have to wait sometimes as fog gate. I guess it's loading up the Firelink Shrine. It's not trying to load the entire area because it takes too much memory maybe. So it just takes a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and quit the video there. There's no sense in you watching me spam through that. And we'll go on to the next one, the next little area. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is I have gone ahead and sold a bunch of stuff, and using my souls from the last boss, an area that we fought, I've pushed myself to 20,000 souls, which will allow us to buy the tower key. Also, you'll notice that we have a Give Umbral Ash option because we found the Mortician's Ashes in the graveyard where the giant was shooting at our enemies after we made friends. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that'll open up her inventory a little bit. She'll have a few more items to sell us. And then we want to purchase this key here. We're going to want to purchase this key too, but we'll do a separate segment for that. So now we have the tower key. And in order to get to the tower, we're going to go up to top. As I pointed out in an earlier video, you can actually get onto the roof by using what people call the tree skip. But eventually you're going to want to buy this tower key anyway, so there really isn't a huge benefit to doing the tree skip. And this is where the tower key works. So we're going to kind of come up here. Take this elevator up. There's an item up here called I believe the Eyes of the Firekeeper. No, Firekeeper Soul. We can give that to the Firekeeper. Or I think we can save it, and I'm not sure exactly how. I think you can give it to Irina too, and she'll become like a second Firekeeper. I've never gone through that. It's not part of an achievement. Probably going to speed this up at some point because I'm going to have to go through this a few times to get everything I want. There's a place to drop down here without taking too much damage, or any at all, I guess. There's a ladder here. We're going to want to kick that ladder. That'll allow us to get back up here quickly. And we're going to want to go kill this crystal bug down here. Come on. That is a Twinkling Titanite. That is a upgrade for certain special items found throughout the game. And we are on the roof of the Firelink Shrine. We're going to be looking down at everybody here. And we're going to run into the crows. These guys kind of show up in some form or another in every one of the games. And basically, when you give them stuff, they give you stuff in return. So let's go ahead and drop them something that I know that they want. And will give me something that I know that I want. I'm going to leave them one. You can only leave them one. And if it's something that they want, they'll give you something in return. And that is exactly what I wanted, a large Titanite shard. And that Estus shard doesn't hurt either. And then you'll notice someone left a note over here. So we're going to go over here. Drop down. Always hit every chest before you open it, just in case it's a mimic. In this case it is not. And the covetous silver serpent ring. And since we're doing a scrub run here, we're going to put that bad boy on right away. What that does is it's going to give us an extra 10% souls whenever we kill anything, including bosses and everything else. So we'll just be leveling up freely as we go through the game. Okay, now there are a few other things I'm trying to think of. And now, when we go up here, we don't have to run up there. We can just come up here. There are actually some items in the tower that you have to drop down to get, but we're going to have to do that at a later time anyway. So I'm just going to skip it for now because it's nothing terribly critical. We're just going to grab these homeward bones. And that's it for the tower key. That's going to come in handy later. Eventually you're going to have to buy that tower key. If you don't want to waste the 20,000 souls early on, that's understandable, but eventually you're going to want to buy that tower key. So we'll go ahead and end this segment right here. Okay, this next section here, we're going to do a couple things quickly, but I'm going to show you how to get to the Dark Wraith and your Red Eye Orb, which will allow you to invade people if you so choose, without using up cracked orbs. But the first thing I'm going to do is use up our Estus Flash Shard. I believe we just have one, yes.
Be careful.
And in the area where the giant was raining down arrows on our enemies, we jumped onto a platform and picked up something called an Undead Bone Shard. And when we rest at the Firelink Shrine, a bonfire, it's going to give us the option to burn that. And we're going to go ahead and do so. And what you see then in the corner, where I have now 7 Estus Flasks, it also says Estus Flask +1. There are 10 of those Undead Bone Shards in the world, and we're going to try to find them all if we keep going with this. Alright, so now we're getting a little bit more powerful and have more healing, and I'll show you how to get to the Dark Wraith. And we'll do Greirat in the process as well. So, we're going to talk to this shady looking fellow.
And faster
Leonard.
than these red
He's a
eyes.
yellow finger, which means he likes to invade
Use them
people.
to pillage what else are unkindled. Pillage and what else? Pillage and what else?
You know what? I'm probably going to have to leave this area and come back in order to send him to his second dialogue, because we need to give him the pale tongue that we found near the demon that we fought with Sigwart. And let's go ahead and get Greirat and then come back. So we're going to go to the tower on the wall. Okay. See if he's got anything else to say. That crestfallen warrior there will change his dialogue periodically too. There we go.
You'll make it if you then Kenny's been with him. I can see
Lift
it.
chamber key. That's what we're looking for. Is that exhausting his
If
dialogue?
you fancy then Kenny has been, I can see. If you fancy then Kenny has been, I can.
Alright. So we found a cell key in our first area before we killed Vort, and I believe I just ran past that, past where Greirat is. He's a merchant that we can send back to the Firelink Shrine, and I believe I just ran past there in my first playthrough because we didn't have the key anyway. Alright. Pause here so you don't aggro the knight, unless you want to fight him. He actually has quite nice armor, weapons, and a shield. So, you might consider farming him, or maybe practicing parrying. No. Alright, that's a little scrubby. Oh. These guys are real fast. So now we're going to come down. Fight this guy. That was scrubby too. Oh, I'm not having much luck here. Nothing? Okay, so Greirat is down here, I believe. More fire bombs. Throwing knives. There we go. Go in here and talk to him.
No, you remember not please. I'll be sure.
Now we already found Loretta's bone,
Very well. I am.
so we'll give that to him when we get back to the Firelink Shrine. I think that gives us a gesture and might open up his inventory a little bit. I'm not certain. But then, I want to do that first because, of course, there's no danger of dying there, whereas there is danger of dying against this Dark Wraith. He's quite a difficult enemy. At least, actually, at any level, it seems like they're fairly difficult. But at our level in particular. There he is. Now that is the key. The key to get in here is what we got from Leonard. So you need one pale tongue. You can get that by evading people, or you can get it as a drop. The first one available is near the demon where you fight the demon with Sigwart. So what I'm going to do to this guy is I'm going to try to walk up to him and backstab him. Because I'm a scrub like that. Backstab, strong attack. You know the drill. Now watch out for this guy. He's really aggressive. And we really want to get a good chance in on him here. Oh, that was bad. No! I forgot the distance of my weapon here. Oh, no, that was bad too. Oh, I could have countered that. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there you've got the red eye orb, and that will allow you to do invasions without using up cracked red eye orbs. And that's all there is to it. Nothing else down here. He will occasionally drop pieces of armor as well as a sword called the Dark Sword, which some people think is one of the best swords in the game, and other people absolutely hate because they think it's OP. But we'll go ahead and end that one here. Okay, this next very short clip is going to be me showing you what to do with the transposing kiln, I think it's called, that you got from killing the cursed Greirat, whatever the tree's called. Anyways, there's this little dude sitting in this throne here, and he's going to take that from us.
Look, if this is...
Give transposing kiln. Yes.
Seems better now.
Okay, so now that we've done that, we can begin transposition, which will allow us to turn any boss soul that we've achieved into an item. And there are some, this is obviously going to be much fuller as we go through the game, and we've killed more bosses. I don't particularly need any of these items, but that's what's available to us with the few souls that we've got. And that will increase as we go through the game.
Treat the firekeeper not with discretion.
Alright. And that's it. Okay, so for this next small tutorial area, it's actually not going to be that small. We're going to go save Irina, who is the person who can sell you miracles. I'm not going to use, but I'll show you how to get them. So first we want to go to the handmaiden, and we want to buy from her the grave key. I thought it was the sewer key. Alright. I'm not sure if they changed the name or I'm just misremembering, but it should do the same thing. It's the same price. Alright, and we are going to travel to the dilapidated bridge. There we go. From the dilapidated bridge, we are going to go into the sewer. I like to just jump off the ledge here and plunge attack these guys. Sometimes you can get all three of them. Oh! Come on! Oh. Should open this door. It did indeed. Down here. This is somewhere where you can come to unhollow. There really isn't any detriment to taking the 5 free levels other than you turn hollow, so you'll kind of look like a zombie if you take your stuff off. You can use an item to reverse that. A few skeletons in here. Pretty much anything undead is weak to fire. Oh. Where you at? Let's go ahead and take those guys out. They're going to try to mob us from behind. This guy here is going to come alive or summon along the way here. There it is. Yeah. guys. Stronger. Alright. Now I see a crystal bug. Now watch out, one of the big guys from up top is gonna drop down on us. Oh. Heavy gem. I'll take that. And we're being chased. Down there? Not too fast, is he? There's something up there in that. Am I fat rolling? Yeah, I'm still fat rolling, so I want to take that off again. I did take a couple levels. I mean, I didn't show you while I was doing the 5 free levels, but I took a couple levels of vitality, so my equipment load is slightly higher. Now we're going to get mobbed here. Best thing here is just get them as fast as possible. Not all of them? It is indeed. And we're going to go up here. And we're going to save our maiden in distress. She is.
Who is there? Someone there?
She is blind.
Please,
Whoever you are,
don't
touch
some
me.
little creatures, please.
Something's nibbling on her.
Oh, yes, and I'm embraced.
Alright, now I believe we just asked
forgive
for
I
her
am. If I came to
assistance,
your touch
and
as
she'll go back to the Firelink
If
Shrine.
it would not. Oh,
Accept her
thank you, I
service.
should die.
Alright. Now this guy here is kind of protecting her, but he's not an entirely good guy. You can kill him if you want. He is quite strong, as you can probably guess from that giant hammer. But I'm just going to leave him alive. I don't have a lot of reason to kill him. Eventually, Irina will die, but I'm not going to use any miracles anyway. It looks like I've exhausted his dialogue. So, that's how you save Irina. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to show you is we're going to go ahead and go. We don't actually kill the dragon that's over there on the castle, but when you get him down to about a quarter of his health, he'll fly away and leave us with a large Titanite shard, which will allow us to upgrade our weapon to +4 early. Large shards are not going to come for a couple more bosses, so it's probably worth doing this. You get one from the crows, and then you can get one from that dragon, and that's all you've got available to you. Let's get this guy. Anybody following us? There I go again, I'm getting greedy. One guy did follow us. Okay. Backstab. Alright, looks like we're safe here. We're gonna go ahead and change our weapon to a bow. Looks like we've got 99 wood arrows. Now, this is going to be your right button, and this is going to be your right trigger as far as attacking goes. So we aim, and then we're going to use our trigger. Go. That's all there is to it. We've got a large Titanite. We've got 2 large Titanite shards now, so that means that we can go ahead and make our weapon +4. We'll go ahead and take this off so we're not fat rolling, and we'll go see if there's anything that dragon was guarding, if he's killed everything up here, or there's something still waiting for me. If you're doing a strength build, there's an item up here that's quite a useful early game item. It's called the Claymore. I believe it's up in this corner. There we go. And underneath the dragon, you can kill the dragon or not kill the dragon. To access this room, I screwed up the video, so you missed me coming down and killing the mimic, but I'll show you where he is. He was over in this corner. I didn't find him terribly difficult, but I've fought a lot of them, and they're fairly similar from game to game. But be careful of him. He can do a lot of damage, and he's certainly killed more than a few people. Alright, that's it. I think this entire video is over. We've gone through a lot of different side quests to wrap up before we move on past the Undead Settlement. So I guess we're ready to move on in the game. Thanks for watching, and leave a like.